Hey guys, this is your September 18th daily horoscope. I'm Oracle Daphne. My real name is Beth, but this is the Oracle I've created for you guys. Thank you guys so much for liking my videos. You guys are awesome. And I'm just going to pull a card and see what we get for this day. This is for all signs, okay? And this is just a general energy for the day. You know, it's kind of like an overall theme that, you know, maybe I kind of pick up on. I'm almost scared to show you this because we got this. We got this recently again. This is tough for me because, you know, if we repeat stuff, you know, one after the other, that means things haven't really changed. This is the Five of Pentacles. Things haven't changed. Things, you know, you're still that girl. You know, you still know that girl. The girl's still sad. You know, she's sitting there and she's still very, very sad. I'm kind of getting though that this is about a relationship that maybe looks good from the outside, but the cracks are starting to show. For some reason, maybe everything seems perfect, but it's not. Or maybe you're realizing that whatever you thought was perfect maybe isn't. You know, it's sort of like getting to know somebody and finding out who they really are. This is tough because it also could be knowing that maybe it's time to get a divorce or separate from someone. And you know that there's cracks in the relationship. Like, it's like this building has all these cracks in it, you know, and it's sort of like at any moment, because there's so many cracks, it could literally crumble, you know, and maybe it is crumbling, you know. The main reason I think is money. Some of you also, there may be some, I don't know, some of you actually may be Wiccan that are watching this. There may be Wiccans or people that actually dabble a little bit in the, you know, the magic arts. You know, you're very creative, you're very artsy. That's my vibe. Not all of you, but I feel like for some of you that's you. You know, this girl is sitting on this ledge and she's having a moment, a breakdown, you know. And I feel like because this card recently came up, this is someone who's not over a breakup. It's sort of like, you know, or you're just going through really hard time. Like, things are like ongoing and you're stressed. Which I can relate to because, you know, there's things that I like to have happen in my life, and it's not, some of those things aren't happening. And so it's like for you, you're probably like going, why aren't things happening the way maybe you want them to, or the way they should happen, and it's just confusing you and it's frustrating you. And there's more like a level of stress and frustration. I feel like today, for this day, this is, you know, September 18th. For some reason, I feel like there's a lot more stress on this day. And you're crying because you're stressed. Maybe not so much as, you know, what I was saying about maybe needing a divorce, but that could be for some of you too. It's like, it's just like things kind of have built up, you know, and you're crying because things have built up, and you just like, in a way, you kind of like need to let out this energy. You need to like have this cry, because this cry is going to let out some of those emotions that are pent up in you. And some of you may be actually physically ill, like you're actually physically in bed and you're physically like not feeling good, and you're physically just maybe like very, very weak and just kind of depressed. I almost do feel like this is kind of like someone who's more depressed than someone who's just in a relationship and having a moment. This is something deeper. Some of you are probably very depressed. That is what I'm picking up. And you need to, like, more than anything, you need to find a reason to get out of bed in the morning. And I don't care what that reason is. You know? I don't care. Whatever reason you can come up with to get yourself out of the house, out of bed, and start being more active, like an active participant in your life, then I think, you know, you'll be better off. Because I feel like if I see this in a few more days, then I'm going to think like some of you guys really need to get to, you know, a physician, or you guys need to get to like a mental health specialist, you know, somebody who's going to kind of talk you through this time. You know, you need to be talked through this time. The other thing that came to me too is, and I talked about her in one of my other videos, my friend Catherine Ray, she does Reiki, and she does, you know, basically she heals with the angels. You know, she works with the angels directly. It's kind of different than what I do because I work a lot with the cards, and I get energy, and I have angels around me too, but it's a little bit different, but she is really good at cutting cords. And this is a person who there's a cord somewhere, okay? And I'm not sure if you guys know what a cord is, but basically when you sleep with someone, or when you get, you know, you start to have feelings for someone, or you get attached to someone, the word attached is kind of a literal thing sometimes. And it's like there's an energy cord, you know? You don't even see it, you don't even know, but it's like an energy cord, and they have little hooks on the end, and it's sort of just like a fishing line. You know, that fishing line is so thin, so you can't even see it most of the time. And this is a girl that's really, I feel like there's a hook there, and that needs to be taken out in order for you to move on from whatever it is that's causing you to be this upset. This could be a relationship that's really, like, you cannot move on from this. Or, you know, it could be a negative relative that's gotten you, it's getting to you, and you need to have that hook removed. That's kind of what I'm feeling. You know, it's time to have the hook removed. It's time for you to be able to move on, because I'm seeing this so soon after I did that. I don't know, I think it was last week sometime. It might have been even sooner than that. Recently, I'm looking back at my videos, and I think it was really recent. So, this is kind of, I feel like this is an ongoing thing, and you really need to see someone. You need to see someone, you know. This goes beyond just being able to get out of bed. This is someone who may not be able to get out of bed, you know. This is someone who doesn't want to. And I feel like it's more, it's like you just don't want to. You don't want to. You're finding a hard time, you know, getting motivated, you know, to do stuff, to do something. What I kind of feeling for you is you need to look back at all the things that maybe you used to be into. Go through some of your things. Look at old photos. Take some time, look at all those old photos. Look at your old journals. Read your old journals. Go through all your old notes. You know, just get in touch with who you were as a kid. You know, if you have any memorabilia from you as a kid, I want you to kind of connect with that, you know, because you as a kid were more idealistic, you know. Like, even when I was in my early 20s, you know, this is like 10 years ago now, I thought I was going to be a helicopter pilot. So I went on this trip with my school. I was in college. I went to LA, and it was like we went to all these different museums, and because I went to art school, so it was this art trip. It was one of the coolest trips, probably the coolest trip that I've ever been on, because we went to gallery after gallery after gallery all over the LA. It was so much fun. And basically that youthful, idealistic, and while I was there, I took a helicopter tour, you know, and I flew a helicopter, and it was wild. And it's kind of like, you need to do something like that. I mean, you think it was like $125. It was in LA. I just had the best time, you know. And it's like that, you know, it's like that energy, that idealistic, I can do anything with my life. I'm going to go do it all, get it all done today energy, you know. You need to get in touch with that. That's important. Look back at your life and say, who am I really, you know? And by looking at those kid photos and stuff, it'll help you remember. That's just my feeling. My computer's being all funky again. There, I think I got it. I think so. Kind of does this thing where it slows down. Okay, so basically, I just feel like you guys need to rest, but you also need to bounce back. So today is a day where you really need to call someone. You need to get help. You need to find a way to get over this, you know. And I'm sorry that you're going through this. This is a tough situation. Whatever it is, this is a tough time. So I really send you the best, and I want you to get better. And don't forget to ask for help. Don't forget to really, if you're feeling really unhappy on this day, they say that this too shall pass. And I've said this probably before, but it's true. This too shall pass. You'll get past this. And it may take some time. I feel like it actually may take some time because we got this recently. So you guys are going through, like, you know, some really tough stuff right now. Maybe tougher than you've ever had to deal with. And, you know, the words true grit come to mind. So watch that movie with John Wayne, the True Grit movie. It's a great movie. I actually haven't seen the new True Grit movie, which I probably should. But it's about true grit, having the strength to get through life, even when it throws you a pile of crap, you know, even when you lose your job, even when, you know, you can't make your mortgage payment, even when your credit cards are all maxed out, even when you've moved 16 times and you're like, I'm really over moving, but you have to move again. It's that thing where, you know, life can suck, but you've got to find the grit, you know, to get through it. That reminds me, I feel like you should do something with gemstones, something with crystals. If you have, or get to a place where there's rocks, go to the beach and get a few rocks, some shells, bring them home, put them in your purse and bring them home, and you maybe keep one in your purse, maybe put a few in your car. I have a bunch of rocks in my dashboard, things like that, you know, just do it because it'll help ground you and help you get out of this worrying. I feel like you're in a really worrying kind of place in your head. Stressed, though. More stressed than worried. Worried leads to stress, which leads to frustration, which leads to breakdown. So you need to get out of the cycle of worry. To do that, you need to exercise more. You need to change your diet. You need to come up with structure your schedule. Like if you're staying up all night, you're sleeping all day and then having an emotional breakdown, well, this is why, because you're not getting enough rest. You're not getting enough sleep. And for those of you who are recovering from injuries, okay, specifically those who are recovering from surgery or injuries, you know, this is the message for you guys is that, you know, it may take some time for you to heal, but you need to focus on healing right now. And I always recommend, you know, some good books, things to help distract you. You know, these videos are probably good because they have to help distract you. anything that can help distract you from your pain, you know, and your suffering. You need that, you know, you need that. And you need people to come visit you. And, you know, I always say write people letters. You know, if you're in bed, write some of your family members letters, or write, you know, become pen pals, you know, with somebody in your life. And that'll give you something to look forward to, even if you're in bed. You know, you can give the letter to somebody to put in the mail, you know. But on that note, I'm going to let you go. And I wish you a wonderful night. This is for September 18th. So, you know, cheer up. Cheer up, Buttercup. That's what I'm getting. I'm not sure. Or Susie, cheer up, Susie Q. I don't know what the line is, but, you know, Anne Shirley, I have a Capricorn person who watches my videos, and she likes Anne of Green Gables quotes. So Anne Shirley, was told by Miss Stacy that tomorrow is always fresh with no mistakes in it. I don't really believe in mistakes, but it's a great line, and I think it applies to you. So, and on that note, I send you lots of love, big hugs, big kisses, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good night.